Hey, this is Logan with Full Sail Marketing, and I want to walk you through what's called a value ladder. Now, what a value ladder is it's your way to take a potential customer that may or may not trust you and little by little step them up so they totally buy into everything that you're saying. Now, value ladders are used by every type of industry out there. Some of the best people that have value ladders are marketing companies because they understand it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what a value ladder is and show you how you can actually use one to get your foot in the door with clients pretty easily. The idea behind a value ladder and what it does is a lot of contractors, they love to go for the home run every time. So what that means is whenever somebody calls them up, they are going to go for the big shebang, try to sell them the biggest, baddest thing they ever have. And in all reality, it's like when you go to a restaurant and you see the wine list. Who actually buys the most expensive bottle of wine? Nobody, all right? So you need to have lower price point things, and what a value ladder is if people are not quite ready to buy even your lowest price point high ticket item, they need to buy something else just so they can build the trust with you, so they know that you're gonna come in and do a good job for them before they commit to everything. So what does this look like? Well, I'll walk you through it in my world, marketing. So when you work with us at Full Sail Marketing, we have what's called an online exploration audit. And it does two things. One, it's gonna determine what's really going on with your company's marketing, online marketing. And the reason we have this is we used to, back when we first started, we used to try to go in and just fix the symptoms. And we never actually were diagnosed the full problem. And we realized that just like when you go to the doctor and you say that your chest hurts, if they only treat just your chest, maybe something else is causing it. Well, that just will help the symptom, but it doesn't actually fix the root of it. So what we do at Full Sail is we actually want to go in and check and see what's the root of it all, so we can actually have a good conversation to make sure that if we move forward, what we're telling you to do or what we're talking about doing is going to work. Now, this is a lower price point option for us because what this does is instead of going for a $10,000 website, we go for a $500 audit. And it opens up, hey, to the contractor, swipe your credit card once. And then let's just have a conversation so that way I can prove to you I know what I'm talking about. Plus, because it's lower price point, they feel more confident that it's okay. Because what if it goes wrong for $500? Not the end of the world. But what if it goes wrong for $10,000? It's a bit of a different story. So I have this online audit that not only helps me actually have a good conversation with you to teach the contractor what's really going on with their marketing, but it also is that value ladder to say, look, when we talk, I'm not just gonna try to sell you a $10,000 thing. It may make more sense just to start off with $500 just to see if we're a good fit for each other. And that's exactly what you need to do for contracting. Now, we just we're about to launch this website for a pond company, and what a lot of pond companies have is their value ladder is what's called an exploratory drain and clean. Now, I think my dad came up with this. My dad runs, I think the second number 2 pond company in the US this year. And what this is he gets a lot of phone calls from people saying, hey, look, I had my pond or water feature built either by myself or by somebody else, or I just moved into a new home and I have no idea if it works. And he used to try to go out there and sell them, well, what if we just totally renovate the whole thing and we'll be done? That's $15,000. Well, somebody just moved into their house. They have a whole punch list of things they want to change. Where do you think a pond is on that list? Especially for $15,000. So what he came up with was this exploratory drain and clean, which is we'll come into your house, we'll go to your pond, we'll drain it, because you gotta get all the water out, we'll clean it, so it looks nice and clear, we'll inspect it, and then we'll tell you the health of it, what's going on. And realistically, it's just like that multi-point inspection that you have for your when you get your oil change at some places, where they tell you the overall health of the car. And what it does is it helps you out by telling you, is the car healthy? Do you need new blades? Do you need more fluid, stuff like that? But it's an upsell item. So now they're going in, they're doing this inspection, so you trust them, And now they're pretty much saying, now let's upsell you from here. And because they already swiped their credit card once to have this pond company come out, drain it, clean it, do all this stuff, and they trust them, they're more likely to swipe their credit card again on a higher priced item. So they're creating a value ladder. You see how that works? With a low entry level thing. Now they're still gonna make good margins on this, it's still gonna work out, but they get their foot in the door with something that the homeowner can swallow, and it creates that trust between the two. There's a lot of different value ladders in different industries, okay? So, I know in painting, one of our clients uses what's called painter for a day, which is they come in and for, let's say, $600, they'll send one painter out to either paint pretty much the inside of one room or touch up, spots around the house. And what this does is for $600, you bring this guy out and he'll do whatever you need for a day. But in reality, it creates that trust. It creates the idea that, first off, the homeowners are to swipe their credit card once with you, where they've already paid you, so when they open their wallet once, it's a lot easier the second time. It's kind of like getting a tattoo. The first one's the hardest, the second one gets a little bit easier, and so on and so forth. So by doing that once, they're already comfortable with paying you, plus they get to see what it's like to work with you. Before they paint the entire exterior of their house, which may take weeks and weeks and weeks, they just want to see, can you come in and do a simple touch-up job? And if you do a good job, then you'll come back for more. And that's your value ladder. So in whatever industry you're in, you need to come up with something that's a lower price point option so people can understand what it's like to work with you. Because at the end of the day, you need to create the trust. And if people, I heard this on a podcast the other day from this brilliant video marketer, Billy Jean, he said, if people knew they would get a positive ROI on their money with you 100% of the time, you would make 100% of your sales, which makes total sense. So you need to get in there and you need to show people that they can trust you with a lower option service or feature or something. So if you can't figure out what that is in your industry, it could even be a paid consultation, okay? So for them paying you just to have a conversation to see if you can fix their problem, because you are consulting, it's no different than a doctor. All right, a doctor is going to tell you, even if you go to a quick minute clinic or a phone call, they're going to consult with you, this is what's wrong, and you better believe you're going to get slapped with a bill for it, but they're getting paid for their information. You can do the same thing as a contractor. So make sure you have some sort of lower price point option to get your foot in the door, so that way they know what it's like to work with you and they know if it's valuable to move forward onto the whole, the home run. So I hope that helps. Figure out a value ladder for yourself so you can start off with something that's a little bit lower, and do us a huge favor. On YouTube, the best way to let us know we're doing a good job or this stuff makes sense is to, first off, subscribe to this, all right? Because the way that the algorithms work is if you watch this, then you subscribe, then it says to YouTube, hey, look, what they're talking about is real. Let's show them to more people. Because the goal at the end of the day is we want to help, the contractors that truly want to get better for themselves. We want to help them. All right, so if they're on YouTube looking up this kind of stuff, we want to be found. Second off, do us a favor, drop a comment. Just let us know, does this work? Does this not work? Have you ever tried a value ladder? Or just simply say, I'm in this industry, what value ladder could I do? Because sometimes it's not that straightforward. So we may need to think a little bit. And then finally, if you know somebody that when it comes to selling, they are always going for the home runs and it never seems to work out, do us a favor and show this video to them, send this to them, all right? Because this may be something that kind of tweaks in their mind and they go, wow, maybe that does make sense. So when you go through, show them this video, show them this value ladder so they can come in and understand what do you really get with this lower price point option that is going to be maybe $750, but in the grand scheme of things, what you're looking at is $750 to then work your way up to a $20,000 project and you are good to go. So send this off to them. Good luck. Do us a favor, subscribe, comment, and then share this with somebody who you know needs to get a value ladder in their system. Thanks.